to achieve our goals, whatever they are, we need community, we need connection, we need support. We're not going to get there alone, right? And that's important from an emotional standpoint. But I wanted to draw this out because I think this quote is really powerful here. It's not just important emotionally, who's in your tribe, who's in your community, who's in your network, if you will. It's important for you for your financial and success outcomes, right? So your net worth is connected to your network. You probably have heard that before. And this research has shown, this woman's name is Rachel Rodgers. She's a best-selling author. She just wrote a book called We Should All Be Millionaires. Highly recommended, because it really talks about mindset issues and women. She talks about the fact that there are 3 indicators of a strong professional network, which, if you have those 3, give you a 12 times more likely advantage of being successful than others. Now sit with that. 12 times more likely to be successful if you have these 3 things. Now, before you get upset, it's where you live, where you work, and where you went to school. Now, I don't know about you, I didn't have a choice where I grew up. And as I told you in my story, I grew up in the housing projects in New York City, right? Research has shown people who live in affluent neighborhoods with better resources, who work for Fortune 500 companies, which they're not that many, and who went to Ivy League schools or top schools in the nation, have 12 times more of an advantage out the gate than someone who hasn't. Now, those numbers were sobering to me. First thing was like, wow, are you serious? Those kinds of stats? Before we even get to the job, before we ever get to perform. But don't take it that way. If you're anything like me, I see something like that and I'm ready to challenge it, right? So this is the key piece. I want to drive home the importance of you cultivating a network, what we're going to call your dream team, your board of directors now, because you absolutely need it for the emotional and for the professional support and success you want. If nothing else, remember this, right? We may not be able to change some of those other environmental circumstances, but if we can get a rich, if you will, in depth, in breadth, network, none of those things will matter. And I'm a living testimony to that, right? That's one of the things I have richest in my life is a network of great people who are for me. Yeah, somebody said that's really sad. I hear that. It was sobering. But I think it's an important thing to think about for those of you who think, you know what, I'm not a joiner, or I don't like to ask for help, or I don't want to talk to my professor. Remember this statistic and then open your mouth and ask for help. Okay, because people are willing to do all kinds of stuff for you if you're just genuine about it.